I've been a bit under the weather since the last video, so progress has been kind of slow. Alright, I want to see what's going on in this electrical, just to make sure that we're going to be able to use this motor. Alright, I took both covers off. So we've got this wire and this wire do not go to the board. So they must go back into the centrifugal switch and the capacitor, start capacitor. So generally those are the two that you reverse to change the motor direction. And unfortunately there's no diagram on the covers or on the label as to how the wiring is configured. Looks like these have been repainted, so they were either painted over or were never there. I'm going to look up this motor, see if I can find a wiring diagram for it. Okay, let's see if we can get this motor off of here. I'm just going to let the camera run. I took out one of the bolts and put a stud in here, so hopefully that will help prevent dropping it on the ground or my foot. Alright, there we go. Okay, see if you guys can hear this. That's not good. Okay, well, we're definitely going to have to open this motor up, and I don't know what kind of bearings. Hopefully they're ball bearings. So we're going to find out, but I think we'll put this aside for right now. Okay, just looking at the belt tensioner mechanism here. So this is like a fork. There's a couple pins on each side, and there's a slot in this big old adjusting nut. And it looks like we're going to have to get these other pulleys off of there first. Okay. Just take these all the way out. Okay, those are out. See if this little guy will do it. Yeah. Hopefully I don't run out of travel. It's going to be close. Yeah, that's it for our travel. Let's see if we can tap it the rest of the way. It is fairly tight. It's got to be close. I think it's long-winded. There goes the key. Alright, so the key fell out. So that means we can probably turn it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's a long hub. Okay, alright, we got that off. Alright, so I've just been looking at this. So the bearings for this countershaft, they're held in these collars or fixtures. I'm not sure what proper terminology would be. And this one's slotted, so we can take the bolts out and just lift it out. And then this one back here, I think it'll have enough clearance that we can get the whole thing out of there as an assembly. Okay. Whoop. Oh, I don't think that's good. Not super loose, but yeah, I don't think that's supposed to fall off. How about this one? Huh? Kind of the same. Okay, let me do that over on the bench. These bearing boxes or fixture plates, they look like they're interchangeable, but this is the one off the opposite end. So I'm going to mark this one with a letter O just to be on the safe side. Okay. Yeah, they might be a little, yeah, they are a little different. Okay. So good thing we're marking them. Okay, that'll be good enough. Okay, let's get these set screws out of here. Alright, it's kind of windy, so hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Let's see what happens if this thing's going to move. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. A little bit of juice helps. These are some crappy parallels. I didn't have an opening in the daisy wheel that would span this bearing properly. So we're just going to do it this way. Okay, looks like it'll work. Yeah, it's not very tight, so no worries. There we go. Oh, interesting bearing. I cleaned this bearing up. It's a 87503, and it's an extended inner race, but only on one side. That's kind of interesting. So I have a 6203, which is more common. That's a used one. So it's the same dimensions, but you know, this is not extended like this one is, and this one's open. Well, it's a used bearing. I also happen to have in stock 87502. Only problem is it's the next size down, but it's the same style. I don't remember where I got these. I got it. They were free. They came with some other stuff. But yeah, see, it's got that extended inner race, different types of seal, and of course it's the smaller size. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can get these. Oh yeah, and it's ND, which I'm pretty sure is New Departure, and they're no longer in business. That was, I believe, New Departure was a spin-off from General Motors. Huh. Interesting. Alright, I cleaned this shaft up a bit, and I think we're going to end up remaking it. So this is not the original bearing, but it's dimensionally it's the same size. So if we slide our bearing on, well, first it should be a light press fit to start with, and then check this out. We got a lot of rock there. And even out here, it's more like they didn't really get it right originally. Well, I don't know. Like on a motor shaft, they'll turn this section down, you know, about 1/1000 smaller, so only the last part is a press fit. And it might have been that way originally. And then this end is almost usable, but it's still got some wiggle, and obviously it's not a press fit. It would probably be okay with a little bearing lock, but yeah, I think we'll just remake the whole thing. It's not that difficult of a shaft to make. Okay, so the rest of this is kind of weird. There's really not much holding it together. There's one set screw here. I think the motor base is the main thing that holds it together. Okay, yeah, so there's that. And then this thing. Yeah, there's no set screws or anything to hold that. Interesting. And let me get that set screw loose. And there's nothing holding this one either. I don't see. I think these screws are for the belt guard that we don't have. Well, this is interesting. So this looks like it's cast iron. We got some porosity in a few spots, and then the nut looks like it was pressed in. Having trouble with my voice. The nut looks like it was pressed in and then staked with a couple of set screws. Interesting. Okay, this is really weird. So these are the two holes that those belt guard screws are in. Alright, so here's another hole with a broken tap in it. And then here's two more. This one, see if I can get this to zoom in. This one's got some kind of like a lead insert in there. It's soft. I'm assuming it's lead. That's what came out of that hole. It's just solder. Probably like 50-50 solder. So they're just trying to plug these up. I tried to get that one out, it didn't come out, so I'm just going to leave it in there. It's not going to hurt anything. I'll probably put a little JB Weld or Bondo or something in there. Well, you guys missed it, so last night before I closed up the shop, I wanted to soak this with some Croil overnight. So I took the set screws out, did a little Scotch-Brite cleaning, hit it with the Croil, and then I tapped it a couple times with a hammer and came right off. That's not doing anything. Let's try going the other direction. Not easy to hold this. Okay, I think it moved. Yeah. Okay. Put a little more juice. And we'll try to come back the other direction. No easy way to hold this. Okay. That didn't do anything. Okay, nothing. All right. Put more tappy tap taps. Okay, put a little more heat on it, not a lot. And I hit this with the lead hammer a couple times, and we got it moving. It is threaded. Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense, I guess, why they would have that hole there now. For the spanner wrench. Alright, well I'm guessing that's probably our bearing preload adjustment. Yeah, so the only info I've been able to find on this machine, or anything that came from the Diamond Machine Tool Company, is just sales brochures. No parts diagrams or exploded views, service literature, anything like that. So kind of working blind here, but we're getting it figured out. Ooh, that one's plugged up. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Probably just more of that dried, hardened grease. Soften it up a bit. There we go. Okay, bearing retainer. We've got a spacer. I think that might be a seal in there. So there is a seal in here. It's like a rope seal. So I think it's leather. It's kind of hard to tell. It's pretty hard. So I'll have to have a look at that once we get it. I'll probably soak it in some solvent first. Determine whether it's worth trying to replace it or not. So we got a tapered roller bearing in there. Okay, pretty typical. Before I get too far along here, I want to pull the set screws on our step pulley. And then this is kind of weird. So there's three, oops, here we go. You can't see the third one behind there, but we got three socket head cap screws. I'm guessing there's another seal plate behind the bearings, and maybe these hold that seal plate. The front bearing, same deal, okay? And then of course we got to get that plate off also. All right, let me get these set screws out. I'm gonna do that off camera and get some penetrant in there. All right, I got this step pulley moving. I've had to get in here with solvent and a brush and clean this shaft, mainly to break up that dried up grease. So I've moved it this way, maybe a ½ inch. Let's see if it'll go a little bit more. Just using the lead hammer. If I can get it moving back and forth, that'll make it a lot easier when we try to pull the spindle. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get back in here with some solvent and our little brush and just try to get that spindle shaft cleaned up. Alright, so let me do that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll see if we can knock this back the other way. Okay, let's see if we can get it to move back the other direction. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Hey, look at that. Okay, I think we're going to have to warm that up a little bit to loosen that grease. Okay, let's try that. This looks like it sits back there in a recess. This punch is fairly rounded on the end, and I'm just going to lightly tap it. Oh yeah, there we go. There. Okay, so it looks almost like the other one. Well, hold on a second. Okay, so this ridge is only on the front one. The other one doesn't have that ridge. Okay. So spindle's got to go out that way. Just give it a couple of taps just for good measure. pretty solid. Okay, so I'm going to make a puller. Okay, piece of all thread, big old washer, piece of pipe, okay. Piece of unistrut, I know what you're thinking. What in the world could possibly go wrong? There it goes. Alright, that looks alright. Keep going. Hey, I think we're there. Okay, so the bearings coming with the spindle in the front. Okay, that's definitely loose, so we're down to the step pulley. So, looks like we're going to be fighting this a little bit. Alrighty, we almost had a Mr. Bozo incident. So what's happening, guys, can you guys see the key in there? So that key will not go through the housing. Okay, that's what we were up against. All right, so but I was able to tap the pulley back past the key. So we're out of the key now. Okay, so now I've just got to get in here and pry that key out. So I'm probably going to do that off camera. I think I can get a pick underneath it and hopefully get it to pull up. We'll see. Okay, I was able to coax that key out of there. That's going to be fun going back together. Alright, so now theoretically I should be able to, yes. There we go, there's our spindle. Two set screw marks, so someone's been in here. Or maybe they readjusted when they were putting it together. Okay, right there. Our step pulley. Alright. Finally get them belts out of there. Alright. I'm using my phone. It's much better for close-ups. So, yeah, we got some weird staining on the bearing cup here. It's not really mechanical wear. So I think we had, some type of an acidic condition or some weird chemical condition going on when it was sitting for who knows how many years. The grease in there, you wouldn't believe it, it was bad. A lot of it was powder, but yeah, just really waxy and just dried out, hard as a rock. And there is the seal back here, but it's not going to come out. The diameter of this seal ring is larger than the bearing, so the bearing's got to come out first. Yeah, so I'm going to change these. It's too bad because there's no mechanical wear. It's just some kind of weird chemical thing that went on. Let me show you the one in the back. Okay, so here's the one in the back, and it's even worse than the other one. And you can't feel anything. I mean, it's smooth as can be. Well, there might be a little something right there. Yeah. Yeah, but it's mostly chemical damage. Yeah. And man, you should have, the smell of the grease, it was bad. Yeah. All right, so I've got to either make or buy a puller for my slide hammer. I have a couple of different ones, but nothing that'll fit these, so I've got to look into what I need to get these out of here. So I want to get this video out. Today is Wednesday. I'm going to try to get it out on Thursday. So I'm going to cut this one off right here. I've still got, all this stuff to clean up. So I'll do all that off camera, and then I'll have to pull that bearing off and see if I can get a number off of that one and the other one. Pulleys down there. Been making some progress getting these parts cleaned up. Did a little polishing on the handle there. It's looking good. And yeah, so little by little. All right, well, we got that spindle bearing off, no problem. That came right off. I did have to stone where these set screws left some burrs. So I've got to decode, well, not decode, try to read these bearing numbers. I'll do that with the big magnifying glass and start doing some research. But I got to figure out, what these cups are, because they may not be matched. So, but we can do a little preliminary investigating. All right, well, I got a lot of parts to clean next couple days. I want to get this video out for you guys. So thanks again, guys. All righty, we'll see you.